What is up, members of my collector corps? It is I, Super Mario Zilla, or you could call me Vinny, and today we will be taking a look at the S.H.Figuarts Orange Piccolo. This figure was revealed at New York Comic Con 2022. When the figure was first revealed, fans were excited to get Piccolo's latest and greatest transformation in action figure form. Would later be up for pre-order as a premium Bandai web shop exclusive, meaning it is a one and done deal. No chance of a reissue, but repaints are an exception. Clocking in at an MSRP of $85, the figure would ship a month later for North American consumers. When fans got the figure in hand, everyone was talking about some potential issues that may be caused by the new shirt material, like with Beast Gohan. Issues that translate to limiting articulation, which I don't think it does. And with him in the aftermarket, collectors are wondering if he's at all worth the current high price tags. Well, hopefully I got the answer for you. I will tell you if Orange Piccolo is worthy of a spot on your Dragon Ball superhero shelf. Piccolo is big and beefy, and sports gorgeous paintwork all throughout him. The sculpt work is great stuff too. Orange Piccolo sports really beefy arms that are a darker orange than the body, which really help make not just the figure but the design itself pop. The face sculpt is really good stuff, especially with the facial details we see on all the newer Dragon Ball releases. It really does make a world of a difference. The ferocious brow and stern details really make him look pissed and ready to go. Muscle definition is massive and sculpted well. I love the logo on the back of the figure. It is super clean. No problems with it. Good stuff. The antenna this time around is pointing upward instead of downward, which is accurate to the design. No problems there. The paintwork is also top notch. The figure has gorgeous shading throughout the clothes. The magenta is shading all throughout the purple is an excellent touch and looks amazing. Makes the figure pop when on the shelf. And the orange is a very vibrant orange. The purple is a nice purple as well, and it all complements the sculpt so well, which looks amazing. From the muscle definition to the wrinkles in the clothes, there really isn't much to complain about. If I had to make one, it would have to be the lack of shading on the muscles, but that's more of a nitpick than an actual complaint. Like I said before, the arms really make a very nice contrast from the rest of the body and the hands. It really does look nice in person. Like Gohan before, the shirt and shoulder sleeves are made out of a silicone-ish material, and like before, I don't know if it's a material that'll last forever and leaves me a little afraid of handling the figure over time, because who knows how long it might last. To be fair, I absolutely could be worrying too much over nothing, so take the whole thing about the clothes for what you will. Overall, Piccolo is a solid looking figure with the sculpt and the vibrant colors, and shading scores him bonus points for sure. So Piccolo gets a pass.
Piccolo's articulation is not the best, it's not top of the top, but it is still pretty good and really fun to pose around. So let's get into it. Head is on a double ball peg and the neck is on a ball joint. So in total, he can look this high up, can look this far down, and there is lean, and he can look side to side. Be mindful of the antenna. They are very, very stiff plastic and are not soft at all. Do not put pressure on them while moving the head, otherwise you will break them. There is a ball joint here and here, so in total he can crunch forward just about this far, which is decent. And he can crunch backward just about this far, which is pretty good. And of course there is lean and rotation. The shirt does not get in the way of the articulation at all, so do not worry about that. Arms are on ball joints, and there's a bit of a butterfly joint, but because of how stiff the silicone clothing is, it's a little bit hard to move the arms forward. It can be done, you just have to be careful. But otherwise, they're on a ball joint, so they can rotate and wiggle around. Shoulders can hinge upward just about 90 degrees, so it's not exactly the best. Biceps can swivel. Double hinged elbows can move just a little bit over 90 degrees. And hands on a ball hinge. Legs, he can kick forward just about this far, can kick backward not very far at all, and in terms of splits, can he do the splits? Yes, he can. He can do the splits. Thighs can swivel. Double hinge knees can go just about all the way. Ankles can swivel. And they did improvements. Ankles can hinge backward just about this far back. Forward, not very far, but he can lean forward just about this much. So it's not exactly pretty far. But the ankle rocker has been improved, finally, on a Piccolo figure. It's not top-notch, but it still gets the job done better than the first superhero Piccolo release. So thank God for that. And toes on a hinge. So Piccolo can still be posed. Thing is that his articulation is not exactly top of the top. It's not bad in any way, shape, or form. It's not as good as it probably could have been. Like, for example, I think the ankle articulation could have had more range. The shoulders, I think, could have hinged upward just a little bit further, and the butterfly joint does clash a little bit with the new silicone shirt aesthetic. He could still move his arms forward, it's just not as far as maybe somebody would like. But other than that, his articulation is still pretty solid, so I don't have any real issues.
Piccolo himself doesn't have a lot of accessories. To be fair, there wasn't much to be included, so this is something I don't mind. He does come with everything he needs, so I don't see it as a problem. For the heads, he has a neutral stern head, a smirking head where he's looking a little bit to his right, an angry yelling head, and a teeth gritted head. For the hands, he has 2 fist hands, 2 open clenched hands, and 2 blast effect hands. He also has accessories for Gohan, 2 Kamehameha hands with pegs on him, and it's for, you guessed it, a Kamehameha with a beautiful texture and a deep blue color. Sculpt and color looks very nice. I love it, and it looks awesome when you display it with someone. It's easy to set up, just find the right shaped holes where any of the pegs fit into, like a puzzle. Just be really careful with the pegs, you don't want to break them. Because what will you do if they do, huh? Anyway, when all set up, find a peg hole for one of the hands and set up Gohan, charging up the Kamehameha accordingly, and there you go. He has a proper Kamehameha effect, and it looks great. I really like this new Kamehameha effect a lot, a nice bonus to come with Piccolo, so I'm happy to get these. Piccolo, like I said, does not come with a lot of accessories, but he does come with the stuff he needs. And the bonus accessories he comes with for Gohan are also top notch. I don't really have any complaints with this department, if I'm being completely honest with all of you. Piccolo definitely gets a pass with accessories, even if he doesn't come with a lot. Here's a size comparison with other figures you may or may not own. Piccolo is large and in charge, coming in just a little taller than Broly, which is pretty tall, so he scales great with other characters from the movie or the series. No problems with that at all, so Piccolo gets a pass with scale. I like this figure a lot, definitely one of my favorites in the superhero lineup. If you're a Piccolo fan, I definitely recommend grabbing this sooner rather than later. He's in the aftermarket, so he's already commanding some high prices. If you could find him for a good price, I'd say grab him. He's a very nice piece. Lower expectations if that price is high. Like I said many times before, web exclusives are one and done production runs. No chance of re-release, with the exception of repaints. I personally love this figure and think he's one of the greats. And I know it sounds like I'm gushing and being too generous, but when a figure is good, it's good. That's something I can't help. And of course, it's my opinion of the figure being great. You don't have to agree with it. I don't have too many issues with him, and whatever issues I do have are just nitpicks. And his MSRP isn't too bad either, $85. I'd say it was reasonable, if not maybe just a little bit steep, so don't wait too long to get him, or else his price may end up skyrocketing. I'll give Piccolo a 9 out of 10.